Greetings and salutation. This is Carla from MooreTalkJa, and this is the sixth time I'm recording this video. And what that means is, if anybody should drive in, walk in, step up, if my dog them should have start barking at the middle of this, I am not stopping. We're going to push through in the spirit of Christ, right? Okay. So I'm here today to talk about basically the thing, the other way I talk about right now, which is these videos that are surfacing of women beating them picnic, right? Them a beat them in every different style and fashion. Them a beat them with machete while them naked. Them have them string up in front of the school like pinata and a spin the picnic them round and a pipe beat up picnic them. All them type of things, right? So it sparked an important national discussion, but it's not a new discussion because we've been having this discussion about how we raise children, the techniques that we use to raise children, what is the boundary between corporal punishment and physical abuse. All right? And of course, the other discussions that go on about black women and how it is that they're abusive to their children and they take out their pressures on the children with no accompanying discussion about why black women are under so much stress that it would come out on the children, right? Some of the things that I'm about to say, people have said before, because the discussion is not new and me wanting about things, but I have about 5 points that I want to add, right? The first point. There is nothing that a child can do that could warrant you beating them at that level to the point where you have a machete and clap them. There is nothing the child can do. Because I see some of them are trying to justify it. So I'm going to share the video of the mother beating the child. Then I'm going to share the companion video because it comes like on a university and not cite things. And if you have a reference and have the MLA and an APA, or not try to put together and look a bibliography. I'm going to share the companion video of the girl jumping up and down with her friends and she show her breast. Right? And then on the use on the FBI issued voice recognition software to check that voice note and confirm that it is her in that voice note and share that too, right? Because there are other things circulating. One is a video with a little girl and she and her friend them a play and them a sing and whatever and like she draw down her shirt and she shake her breast. And then there's a video, another voice note that comes up with like it's a girl and she talking sexually to a man, like she talk to him about the sex and how the sex is rough and she like it and all of them type of thing there, right? We don't know that it's the girl, but apparently the whole on our FBI only confirm that it is the girl. But either way, the combination of these two things, in fear of mine, warrant the mother doing what she did. Why? Why is it that we feel that children being sexual is basically an excuse to kill them? Why is it that we feel that the only way to deal with children who become sexual is to try to punish it out of them? If you could successfully punish sexuality out of people, all of us would be sitting here as the last human being on earth because there would be no reproduction. Actually, most of us would not be here because most of our parents were punished for being sexual, but hey, they went ahead and had us. Why? Some of us are using this opportunity to air out our grouses with young girls instead of actually addressing the stuff that we need to address. The other thing that we need to get over is this idea that it is okay to punish to the verge of death, and in some instances kill people who we disagree with. You don't get to treat someone like that because you disagree with their life choices. You do not. And you as a parent don't actually have that much power over a child that you can interfere with them in that level. You can cause that type of physical harm to them. You have to get this out of the mind. Why do we as black and Caribbean, because I find that Caribbean people, regardless of our racial makeup, sometimes we share some of these same beliefs. Black and Caribbean people feel like it is okay for us to punish each other at that level, or that we need to punish each other at that level for us to feel anything. It's like we feel so we're tougher than anybody else, so you have to come down ultra hard. Right? First thing. Second thing. Some of y'all are out here advocating for young people to be punished for things that you actually did when you were young. The only difference is that because there's social media now, and because the cell phone camera is a snitch, children will be found out. A lot of you run up and down with your friends and draw down on a shirt and do all manner of other foolishness. A whole heap of send dirty note and dirty email and dirty thing to everybody. You send dirty picture to boy and girl when they did like all of them type of something here. You are doing it in a different medium, but you are doing the same thing because this is what young people do when they feel some type of feeling, them feel some type of way, them express it. You don't want to turn around and basically kill youth for doing the exact same things that you did. So is the problem that they did it or the problem that they got found out? Because y'all did it. You just did not get found out. Why do we keep advocating for this? And again and again and again, I ask, we think that there's a problem with youth sexuality in the country. Them now find the sex from some random place. They are not going to the land of Nod to beget some sexuality to come back into this pure country. They are responding to the very same culture that we are creating for them. So we insist on pushing out the videos and the commercials and the flyers and the banners and everything that tells them that they're supposed to be sexual, and we insist on having no conversations with them about how they can understand themselves as something other than sexual objects, and then we punish them when they basically respond to what we give to them. You really are not giving them any options at all. Third thing, for some of us, our pride and our reputation is all we have. And so when a child seems as though they are going off the beaten path and they're putting themselves in a position where their reputation could suffer, or they're putting themselves in a position where they could tarnish the pride of the family, it is a tangible thing that we are losing. Losing that reputation is losing the only thing you have that belongs to you. And the way that we respond to that will be tangible as well. Why is this woman feeling this way about what her daughter did? What does she think her daughter is at risk of losing, or what does she think her daughter has lost, which is causing her to respond in this way? Black women are not fundamentally violent. We are not fundamentally hateful of our children. We have a lot of stuff that we're dealing with, and sometimes pressure drop. The pressure drop on the picnic, the pressure drop on it drop on whoever is around. But why is it that it is so hard for us to find compassion and to actually make interventions to make the lives of women easier? Instead, we would rather judge them and criminalize them. You need to think about this. If you've never been in a position where the only thing that you have is your pride, then it is probably difficult for you to understand what it feels like when you feel like you are losing your pride. Only need to go check on the privilege and really look upon the life compared to other people's life before you flap on the feelings like a clown and sit down up there. Right? Next thing. Number 4. We're having a lot of discussions about respectability and appropriateness and the virtue of young girls and youth, and how, youth should be raised and our expectations of youth. But what I don't find us discussing a lot is dignity. Right? Dignity. We think that what this woman did was undignified because she's naked beating her child. But if you were actually so concerned about this woman's dignity or the dignity of her daughter, you would not share this video of this woman naked beating her daughter. So you say that you care about it, but you actually don't. Why is it so easy for you to share videos of black suffering? Why is it so easy for you to share videos of black death? Why is it so easy for you to share videos of black people embarrassing black people or being embarrassed by other people? The police woman have a mental breakdown, wanna share it. This woman beat her daughter, wanna share it. Black people get shot and stabbed up, wanna share it. Wanna don't think twice about sharing it. Black people have something terrible happen to them, something embarrassing happen to them, wanna share it. Why you don't feel like people are entitled to dignity? You are actually undermining this person's dignity by spreading this proof that they had an embarrassing moment further than it needed to be spread. Every time you share it, you're contributing to it. So maybe we need to actually have some bigger discussions about dignity and pride and leaving people with the ability to hold their heads up. You can discuss what happened in the video without actually sharing the video. The video is just the context, and you can explain it to the point where the person understands what happened so they can make sense of what you are saying. Stop this. You need to stop spreading black shame and then talking about shame on the people in the video. Shame on you for sharing it. Right? And the 5th thing, what you plan to do? Right? We know the 9-day talk. And everybody are getting them feelings and they're going to judge the woman and all of these things. But what are you doing to make it so that this won't happen again? Because it's probably going to happen again. Are you going to come off of social media and actually go into your community and look for women who are struggling right now because they're under a lot of pressure and take off the load off of some of them? You're going to carry them picnic to school? You're going to help them buy a little food? You're going to sit down and listen to them problems sometime? You're going to do something for them so them can take on an extra day of work so them can have a little more money? Are you going to do that? Are you going to sit down and talk to these young girls and tell them that they're beautiful and valuable and that they're smart in addition to all of those things? Are you going to help them find some mentorship opportunities or some income generation opportunities, or help them to find inner peace? You're going to teach them a way to connect with themselves so that they don't feel like they have to be sexual as a means of getting any type of validation in this society? Are you going to use your social media for good? Are you going to share information that can actually change people's lives? Or are you just going to replay this black suffering over and over and over again as though that is going to change the world? Social media can help you change the world, but sharing alone is not going to do it. So what are you going to do to actually help this? Are you going to address corporal punishment in Jamaica and help us understand a different way of raising children? Are you going to talk to people to help them unsettle the way that they imagine black children need to be held under the thumb, that they are extra trouble, and you need to keep them in line? Are you going to do anything to alleviate persistent poverty in Jamaica so that people don't live under those types of conditions that will push them to the point that they cracked? Are you going to do any of that? Because if you're not, then shut up, turn off your phone, and stop acting like you're an advocate when really you're just another person who enjoys watching black pain. There's a type of sick, almost, it's like a titillation that people get from watching black people suffer, and even black people are capable of doing it. And you need to check yourself and understand when you are, right? There's work that needs to be done. We're the ones that need to do it. But trust me, boo, an Instagram post and, oh my God, this is so bad, is not the thing that's going to save us. Right? I know I got very strong on the end because I'm very passionate about this, and I'm growing frustrated, and I'm tired of watching black women. As a black woman, I'm tired of watching us go through this, right? I could end up with a child, and I could end up in a rough situation and snap like that, and all you need is one camera, and all of a sudden I'm an unfit mother, and then my daughter has to live forever with the fact that people saw me treat her like that. We deserve more, and we deserve more from each other. Please, let's try and do it. All right? I love you. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Goodbye.